empty bucket. This sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Press V to go back home. I do.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Hey, this is getting weird now. It's just a bucket. Relive this day, same day over and over. Yep, you know what? Yeah. Whoa.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
I don't know. Why do you? You work from home?
I'm having feelings for the bucket. No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes, the bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
I don't like where the candles and anything about it. It looks like a
Although that's good. I think I have it.
Jazz nights. Oh no.
You would have no idea.
Oh no.
Gosh.
Oh hey.
Stanley, give me the bucket.
No!
Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley.
Why do you
I need
deserve it? Why
Give it
do
to
you
me
deserve
now.
it?
Give it, or I'll...
Close my eyes. Well, I don't like it. Go back to work, Stanley. Yeah, okay. Hang on, I need to hit my computer. Shut up! I literally have to hit my computer to get it to stop buzzing. I do this like 3 times a day.
The good old bucket.
The good old
Stanley and the bucket.
Hey, but I did
together.
boots. Maybe because I closed out of the game. Not that I did. Not that any of that did that thing that did you think that happened. That would never happen. I have
Stanley did
something
not
that
question
I
why or
need
how
to do.
this bucket was speaking.
Shush!
It should have alarmed him,
Shush!
of course, because buckets can't talk. But
Shushinate.
Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did
Shushinate.
whatever the bucket asked.
Shush! Danger everywhere. Ain't that the truth? Alright. 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 Where am I? I don't really...
Stop.
I got
Look there.
stuck.
There's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point.
Oh!
Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here?
I didn't know.
What if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what
I wish
isn't
I
a
could be
bucket?
that guy.
That's an
I
interesting...
suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly.
Okay.
So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what
Your
is
dad.
and isn't a bucket.
Okay.
Please, step in here for a minute.
Ooh, why? I trust you! Oh.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you
Against
is a
us.
bucket.
Is this a strip club?
This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what
It's a
is
game show.
or is not a bucket.
It's not a strip
Okay,
club,
let's
it's a
begin.
game show. Oh,
Item 1. Is this a bucket?
that is a bucket.
Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Oh.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
That is 100% a bucket.
Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
I mean, sounds like a bucket to me.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
100% absolutely that's a bucket. Hey!
Wow, I
This
wish I
is a
could be
bucket.
that guy.
Yeah, I know a bucket when I see it.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
That's a tractor. Nope.
Correct. This is a tractor and not a bucket.
I'm
To
pretty
be honest,
smart.
I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you.
Don't
Thank
worry.
you for not making me look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Okay, next one.
Hey, there's one thing I don't do is make everyone look stupider around me.
Is this a bucket?
No, that's a tractor.
Incorrect. This is a bucket. Item 6.
Wow, you got a headshot.
Is this a
Subscribe
bucket?
to Flamingo.
100% bucket.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
What?
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. Should be around here somewhere.
What? Not a bucket. There's nothing. No, not a bucket.
Yes.
Yes!
Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket.
Yeah,
Wait,
you got
when I
it.
say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true. Unless... Is that what you think? Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket?
No. No.
You know what?
GG.
I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective.
Yeah, me too.
What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere
Yeah.
moments ago,
They
I
should
had
have
answered
stomp
these
kills
questions
back.
with
That would have
confidence.
definitely been a stomp.
Yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with.
Honestly, I
I'm
don't know
afraid
what
the
you
bucket
are.
is threatening to tear our relationship apart.
No.
I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
I'm just better.
Uh-oh. I was a bucket.
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything
not good.
disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket? Oh my god, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now.
Good.
It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue.
Good.
But it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what. I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay?
Okay.
And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But
Okay.
if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person. All right, here we go.
This is another level of everything is cake, because everything actually is cake if you think about it. But don't think about it too much.
Stanley clutched the bucket.
I think there
tightly
might have
to his- This
been
was not the correct way to the meeting
something
room. But
else
Stanley had felt the bucket
in
calling
that
to
big
him, telling him
warehouse.
that the employee
Maybe
lounge
down
was simply
low.
the place. Don't go to the meeting
We-
room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift. Yes, go there. Go to the cargo lift.
No, shush. Shush yourself.
Hi,
We.
I'm Flamingo. Also,
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend.
Yeah.
So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms.
Ah,
How deeply touching.
so deep and touching. Very deeply touching.
The bucket
I think that
went
there's
wrong.
something else over
Stanley took
to
door on
the
his
left.
to go back to the meeting,
Over
and so
here.
the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Down. I actually have no idea
Good
what this
Stanley,
is.
I'm glad you found your way here.
Well-
I knew you'd find this place eventually.
What? Oh, I hate that. I hate Big Baby. I really, really, really dislike Big Baby.
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much.
Oh.
It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the adventure
Monkey,
line and
monkey.
the broom closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the adventure line? We could make the adventure line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
What about the broom closet? You got any holes? You got any holes around here? I really love a hole. I don't remember the mannequins. I don't remember the mannequins at all. I don't even remember where the big baby was. I don't remember where any of that.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Yeah, I remember the event. God, I do remember the adventure line. Oh my god. This is just a goddamn delight of a game. Oh.
Now, this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue? Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
Bum ba da dum ba dum ba, bum ba da dum be dum ba, bum ba da dum be da. What am I have to give up? What am I do have to give up? Whoa, portal. What am I do have to give up? What do you what is you want me to do to give up of the thing? Bum ba da bum, ba bum bee bum. Bum ba da do, da da bee. Ooh, bum.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
Ooh.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me, it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
Sure.
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
Oh, I just don't know what. Ba ba da dum ba dum ba, bum ba da dum ba bum.
It's crucial that you get at the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it.
I'm
we can't
trying!
get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket.
I'm
Quickly now,
trying!
The fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want.
I'm trying!
Hurry and... Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All
I hate this game.
squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
I did enjoy the Bucket Destroyer. I was trying to. It's like the bucket was resisting. Well, such is life, you know?
All of his co-workers were gone.
I don't exactly know if there's a difference between going to the meeting room from this direction or the other direction, but I might as well test because there is another thing at the end that I have not yet done.
bucket was wrong.
Stupid.
Wow, I
Stanley
wish I
took
could
the
be
door
that
on his
guy.
left to go, and so the two of them
Stupid
detoured
bucket.
through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Stupid bucket. Somewhere both red and blue. Red and blue.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery
Off.
I think I have
Stanley
zero
and the
too.
bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end.
Whoa.
True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one
Wow,
another
I
to
wish I
lean
could be
on,
that
to
guy.
trust, to support, and to...
What?
What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was
Wow,
Stanley
you
and
got
the
a
bucket
headshot.
not
Surprise
about to be
people, bingo.
freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty.
Oh,
Until finally the
weenie.
truth hit Stanley square in the face.
Don't hit me in the
This
face.
building did not want the bucket to leave.
Oh. Oh
The
no.
facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket.
Oh.
No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley
Okay.
realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least,
Wow, I wish I could
he
be
has
that
the
guy.
bucket.
At least I
To
do
be
have a
trapped
bucket.
eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I?
I'll be okay.
Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Why? What do you mean? Oh. Wait a minute. Hold the phone. Why are you different?
The bucket
Why?
made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker.
What?
In time, perhaps, he would become both of those things. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Why
Hi,
is
I'm
this
Flamingo. Also, go get the
different?
woohoo, yay.
What?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
I'm very confused. I think I've gone everywhere there. I went down there.
Section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
What happens if you go backwards from here? Anything? No, nothing. A whole lot of nothing is what happens there. I still haven't found the red and blue one.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
But if I look and then I'm like, well, no. What do you think about that, big guy? What do you think about that? Ah. Well.
But of course, Stanley and the bucket thought better of it and realized they simply had too much to live for.
If light is on, call extension 914 immediately. 914. What is with the and what is with the yellow? Can I go back up? Oh my god, I can go back up. I did not know you could go back up. Why can't I go back up?
Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I
What?
want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
Okay, I didn't even know that I could go, but did I even do this in the original? Could you even do this in the original? Fascinating.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over. Well, he said, the number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
I feel like this is one of those things where if I'm persistent enough, it'll do something, but I don't know for sure. Okay, there might be something there, but I would have to look up to confirm before I dedicate a half hour to pressing 3.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
Mayhaps? Mayhaps not? I can go back up.
No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel.
Is that what you think I sound like?
And the bucket said,
Is that what you think my voice is? I guess I'm gonna be pressing 3.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and
Wow,
passion.
you got a headshot.
I'm weaving a
Like a
concerto.
fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
I am crushed by a wave of dejection. I will return to the elevator.
Stanley and the
guess.
bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's?
I don't know.
The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator.
Yeah.
He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
Surely. But what if? But what if?
Said Stanley. I know what to do.
I know what
I
to do.
know how to fully express this feeling in my heart.
What?
He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over.
What?
He would elaborate fully on what the
Who
number
is that?
3 meant to him.
Who
and
was
why
that?
He felt so alive when pressing it.
G-Man?
Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's.
Oh.
And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
All right. Now
For
you...
months he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
Yes. I am ready for the world peace, baby. Oh, wow. That's good. That's good. That's good. Very funny.
Man,
Oh,
you just gotta
good.
go out there and get 'em, boy.
Stanley live on stage. Stanley, the man, the process, the myth, the legend, the parable. Wow. It's a lot of hype. Doing great.
This was it.
I hit you.
One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
Remember where you came from, Yorko. Is that where I came from? The dude who came up with beats. What a dude. What a dude. Wow, what a dude. I want to know who that guy was in the distance, if that was like a G-Man reference.
There was no one here.
Oh.
Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting, he was a failure. And in that moment, Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously.
But I heard.
There would be
Wow, I
no
wish I could
connection,
be that guy.
no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent.
I thought I
And
heard.
so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more
I
distant.
thought I heard coughing.
They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them
God,
had
go get
eroded
a
since
bam.
that day at the press conference.
Oh wow.
There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
Why am I hearing coughing and an audience? Whoa. Wait, what did that text just read? Lixian freeze frame that and show me what that was. Also, what is this? What?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Is that the mythical whiteboard
Not
ending?
everyone is so lucky to have it.
Stanley pressed the bucket upon every little thing in the office. Nothing responded to the bucket's touch, but it did little to discourage Stanley's belief in the magic of the bucket.
Hits out, boy.
Dog mode. What does that mean? Wow.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I don't think that there's anything more on the left that I could possibly explore. But I have a funny feeling that there's something else on the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him.
I don't know if I
telling
like
him
dog
that
mode.
The employee lounge was simply the place to be.
I don't know if I like dog mode. I kind of do. It's real hit or miss. I went there, got everything in there. No buckets allowed past there. Key card. I went there. You can't jump off of that. You gotta go somewhere else. Let me see again what's in here. Right, this is just the... No. Right. This is gonna be the same thing, isn't it? Damn it. I just had a thought. I just remembered. Yeah, there's something else that I forgot about.
Cradled the bucket.
Yes. Yes. Isn't that... Yes. Yes!
But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below. Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall.
Hey!
Now, what to do next, Stanley wondered. Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous
I thought it
pit,
was gonna be
and
like
so
the hole.
eventually, they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here. So they set up a little couch and relaxed.
Oh!
It really wasn't so bad down here, a bit cold, perhaps. After
Oh!
some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well, and a
That's
sort
pretty
of
cool.
kitchenette that was useful for when the bucket was craving paninis.
Paninis.
But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like a home. In
Oh!
fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all. He'd never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility. This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning. It unsettled the bucket deeply. Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail. All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending.
This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Stanley was unconsolable. This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending.
I do like a hole in the ground.
To be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually.
Maybe.
It's what the bucket was counting on. The
And
two of them waited for a very long time.
Okay. Oh! It's an ending. Aye! I'm not going to turn on dog mode. I swear I will not. Okay, I think I looked up where... Let me double, triple check. I think I got where the last collectible is.
Someone you've forgotten?
What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Yes.
Are you that
No.
convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
No.
Why,
Yes.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but
No.
I really do want to help you, to show you something
No
beautiful.
buckets.
Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. And there it is. The last Stiggly Wiggly.
Boom! I
This
did it.
is doing something just for the sake of doing it.
I feel pretty
Where
good.
so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward.
It is.
I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done.
We're all done.
Now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Okay, cool. What was I doing? What? What?
Stanley, I'm sorry,
What?
but I have to put a pause on things.
What, why?
It's those figurines.
Why?
Those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness?
Inner whatness?
Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone?
Okay.
I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines.
Okay.
Just one more time.
I mean, all right, it's all good. I did like the memory zone. It was very nice. Now remembering when Stanley found the collectibles. Oh, wow. This is really something. Wow. It's so special. I love it. Wow. Huh. Wow. Was that always down? Down it is. Ooh.
Here's where it all began.
It is where
The
it all
first
began.
collectible.
Oh.
Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find.
Nope.
Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
You don't have anything to say about me getting 7 of 6? Hello?
And here was a second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the boss's bathroom.
Yeah.
You did that, Stanley.
I
I'll be
did
honest.
that.
Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them,
Yeah.
let alone 6.
Yeah.
But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
As me unmundane and remarkable.
Okay, let's do a little quiz.
Huh.
Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
I actually don't. I don't remember at all. Boss's office didn't have one.
No. Under the stairs was the 4th place you found a Figanley, not the 3rd. Well, I guess perhaps I shouldn't be surprised. Memories like these are so precious and so cherished that they all just sort of blend together, don't they? You know what? If under the stairs feels like the 3rd place you found a collectible, then who am I to go making judgments?
Who are you
Let's
anyway?
see. What came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
Huh. Huh? Okay.
This was the 5th mini stand, and this one was really something special. It was
Yeah.
in the warehouse. I remember it so clearly.
Yeah, me too.
In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion.
Ooh.
Enjoy.
Wow. Oh, man. I love it. God, I love that. Oh, my God. I really, really love that. Oh, man. I sure did. Thanks, man. Thank you so much. That is very meaningful.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Wow. What was that sound? Oh. Yee.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors.
Yeah.
This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figly and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other.
Okay.
Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Ah. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Oh. I'm in the
And then there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, Memory Zone.
Oh. Well, goodbye, Memory Zone. I guess Memory Zone is no more. Oh.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the Memory Zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Okay. I'm down for that. Blurb.
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this.
Yes.
I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the Memory Zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
Okay. I feel like a recursive memory nightmare of perpetual looping
And
is only going
here's
to
where
end
I
in
made that
disaster.
video. Don't you remember the video we watched? Yes, I love that video.
Me too, man. Me too. And then there was that weird noise. Starting to get a little concerned about all this
Still don't
nonsense.
remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
Yeah, solid room. Very solid. Extremely solid.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
Me too. Also me. Well, was there anything in the boss's office? No. Okay. I don't think there was one in the boss's office. I don't recall that. The bathroom, definitely, I remember.
This was our second Figly. Don't you remember?
Yeah.
Yes, I remember it too.
Yeah.
The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going. This is it, the very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
You stopped me as I was getting out of my office. If you keep going perpetually backwards into forever. Oh! The hole. Could there be the hole? I can undo my
It's
jumps.
the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more memories.
Okay, I guess I can't undo my jumps, but that's sad. I guess cry more, no jump haver. Okay.
Oh, yes, the two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
Classic. Classic.
And before everything else, there was your office.
Yes.
Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember. Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started.